Okay, our last example is going to use the data file, which was next to the link for this class's notes on my website. That data is in a comma-separated value file, so you could open it in Excel or just like a text editor or something like that. So it just has basically a list of letters in 2 columns. So these were 2 questions based on a survey that was given to MAT375, which is the Gen Ed stats class. It was a while ago, about 10 years ago. So back then, a whole bunch of us professors got together and gave our student a giant survey with like 80 questions, basically to collect data that we could use in class and in projects. So I picked 2 of the questions that were in that survey that we could compare. So the first question that I wanted to use for comparison was, what kind of caffeinated beverage do you prefer? So what kind of caffeinated beverage do you prefer? So the options were coffee, energy drink, soda, other like tea or something, I guess. And then the last option was none, because they don't drink caffeine. And then the second question we picked was, do you smoke? I guess we specifically said, do you smoke cigarettes? Do you smoke cigarettes? And the options there were yes, yes, presently. So like, yes, I smoke and I smoke now. The second was previously, so they used to smoke, but not presently. And the last option was I've never smoked. Okay, so those were the questions we asked. So the first one, what kind of caffeinated beverage do you prefer? Coffee, energy drink, soda, something else, or none? And do you smoke cigarettes? And the options were yes, no, and I used to, but not anymore. Okay, so if you haven't already, you should go and download that comma separated value file from my website. And I'm going to flip over to Minitab and basically import it into Minitab. So where's my Minitab? Here we go. Okay, so we're just going to open the file from Minitab. So I'm in Minitab. I could click this little open symbol or do File and Open. And then I was practicing earlier, so I already have the folder ready. I have 2 other versions of this are Excel, but this middle one is the comma separated value file that I have on my website. So soda versus cigarettes, CSV for comma separated values, and then I just open it up. So Minitab recognizes that this is a spreadsheet with data in it, and it wants to know how it's going to bring it into its table down here. So field delimiter, comma, it recognized that it was commas between the entries. Text qualifier, double quote. I don't think there was any text stuff. Decimal separator, there was no numbers in there, so that's not relevant to this one. Data has column names. This file does not have labels at the tops of the columns. Like you can see down here that it starts with answers, like immediately the first answer is C. So we're going to uncheck that. So you have data has column names if like the first one said answers to caffeine question and the second one said answers to cigarette question or something like that. Like if there's somehow column headers, then you check that box and it knows that that's not part of the data. But we don't have column headers in this example, so I'm unchecking the data has column names box. And everything else was detected properly by Minitab. So we're ready to just say okay and bring it in. All right, so Minitab has brought the data in here. It's actually in a separate sheet. So here's the sheet I was working on before, and this is the worksheet that we have now. All the data is down here. So here's a bunch of people So the first person answered C and C. So C was soda on the first question, and C on the second question meant they never smoked. So the first student who answered this survey prefers soda, and they've never smoked cigarettes. And then same for the second student. The third student prefers soda, and they currently smoke cigarettes, right? So you can sort of see down the list, and there's like 280 of these. Now, as I'm scrolling through, I get to number 89, and I notice something different. This person said soda. They didn't say C like the other one. They should be counted with the soda people. Minitab doesn't know that soda and C are the same thing. We're going to have to fix that. They also used a capital C for never smoke cigarettes, and I think Minitab counts that as different. So I'm going to do something just to sort of check to see how much data we have to fix. We're going to go stat, tables, and something new here, descriptive statistics. So that's going to basically give me a summary of the data in the column. So let's start with column 1. So I want to have a summary of the data in column 1, like how many A's there are, how many B's, how many C's, and so forth. And we're not using the 4 rows or 4 layers. Like our data is arranged by column, so we're only sticking something in the column box here. We'll just hit OK and see what comes up. So it looks like there were 88 people who answered A and 1 person who put A in parentheses, and Minitab is counting them as different. So we're going to have to fix their answer so that Minitab counts them together. 15 B's and 1 person with a capital B, we'll have to fix that. There were 3 capital C's that we need to fix, 1 capital E, and these 2 people who answered soda, they need to be changed to the letter C. So I'm just going to go through and find those people. And we'll worry about the second column after. So this big C, we need it to be a little c. This A in parentheses, we need that to be a regular A. This soda needs to be a C, lowercase c. This soda is a C. So this is something you have to do with raw data. If people don't follow your instructions or the data is recorded wrong, you have to go and fix it. Luckily, we know what these people meant to answer, because if we didn't, then we might just have to delete them from the data set because we don't know what they were supposed to do. Okay, so hopefully I caught them all. I wasn't counting because I was talking, but you can keep track as you go to make sure that you fix them all. Let's check the problems in column 2. Okay, so here we have an A, a 0, whatever that means. So this capital A and A in parentheses, they need to be changed to lowercase, and same with the B and C. And the never was the answer for the one was C, so the never has to be changed to a C. Okay, capital C becomes a lowercase c, A in parentheses is a regular A. Capital C is a lowercase c. Never becomes a C. Oh, there's a capital B there. Capital C. We could always rerun our descriptive statistics to double check to make sure we got them all. I should probably do that. I didn't see the 0. Where's the 0? Oh, there's the 0. I don't know what the 0 means. We might just have to get rid of this person. I'm going to delete them from the data set because I don't know what they meant by that, and so I don't want to count them in our analysis. So I'm just going to delete the person who answered 0 from the data set. Okay, I'm going to quickly rerun my descriptive statistics to make sure I fixed everything. So there, oh, missing. Can we just get rid of that person? We delete the cells. Yeah, okay, they're gone. And then, yeah, so I clicked on the row and did edit and delete cells, and it completely kicked out that person who gave an answer that I couldn't decode. And let's rerun the descriptive statistics for column 1. And nothing weird, just A, B, C, D, and then all is the total. And there's now 279. There used to be 280, but I deleted one. Okay, so our data is all fixed. Let's run our chi-squared test. So stat, tables, chi-squared test for association. This time, we're not summarized. We have raw data, categorical variables. They're in columns, C1 and C2.